BLASTMUSIC247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Hola, hola, hola. Hello, beautiful humans. I am Melikia K, Courtney, and you are joining SXP MetaMorphosis 365. So, hello, mahalo, and welcome. Y'all, we're starting like we do every time. Every time we start at the gratitude point because that's the best place to begin. Happy Tuesday, step 1, 8 p.m. I'm glad to see you pull up. If you're pulling up for replays, thank you for that as well. Thank you to BLASTMUSIC247.com. whose channel I go through live. And then you'll also maybe seeing me on Melikia K, Courtney Channel. You may be seeing me in Facebook, All Things Sanctuary, or Lunch and Learn. And you may be catching me on the various podcast platforms, Apple Music, a whole lot of places, let's say like that, Spotify, all of them. Thank you. Thank you for coming to hang out. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you for just loving yourself enough to come and grow. That's super, super important. Today, we are going to have some growth points as usual. Same time, we really are pulling up for a Day of Healing Love Fest 2025's recap. So Saturday, February 8th, a bunch of us, myself and an awesome team of volunteers to the tune of a butt lot. And then in person and virtual, we took care of 24 full hours of love and offering the opportunity to help people understand that healthy love is not only possible, but it's highly probable. So it was amazing. That's the simplest way to say it. It was amazing. So it's really funny too to see myself while I'm talking because it felt like my eyes crossed, which really made me laugh inside, but I'm gonna stay focused. Thank you to Joy, our VP of the station, who just makes things wonderful around here. I'm grateful as well to Sunshine Cromwell of Shine Vibrations. That takes place. Her podcast is Friday at 7 p.m. If you haven't tapped into that, please do. But it's an awesome place to be around here. And I'm going to share this mystical, magical thing with you guys because you may want to take advantage of this. So, boop. There we go. You can go to BLASTMUSIC247.com and do two things. One of two things or two things. You can register as a fan. On the fan side of things, you're able to access a whole bunch of wonderful music from various artists, different genres, a whole none of that. And it's pretty dope. On the second side of things, if you are an artist and you'd like to have your music played during a podcast just like mine and the many others that we provide, I encourage you to take advantage of that. So I've given you enough time to go ahead and get that QR code, put it to the side, let's have our time together, and make sure you go over to BLASTMUSIC247 to handle those things because it's pretty dope. And what's really fun is you'll soon be hearing my own offerings right there in that place. So I'll tell you more about that at another time. Let me put that away. If we take it out the drawer, you got to put it back, right? Keep it clean. Let's see. Okay, good. So I see messages and I'm doing a couple other things too. I want to show you guys this and get all this good stuff out of the way so that we can have our conversation. The moment you have 1,000 messages and I guess I gotta change it anyway. So let's continue our conversation. I will go ahead and show you this magical thing. This is what we talked about earlier, the Love Fest 2025. And to have this conversation, I thought it would be fun to bring on my peoples who participated, just a couple of the folks who participated, you'll get to hear from and hear their perspective, what it was like to be involved, the message itself, how it impacted, and the fun that we have as family doing life together. It's so amazing to have incredible people who see you that you see. You know, that's it's incredible. I don't even know how to say it better than that just right now. It is just a beautiful thing. So with that said, I'm going to introduce a couple of folks. I'll ask them to introduce themselves and tell you how to find them and connect with them on their various social media and their business aspects for that type of help. And with that, let's go ahead and get it and invite some beautiful people. Oh my God, look at you looking gorgeous, girl. I can see you on the backstage. I see you, ma'am. Meow. Oh, they're pretty fun. Scott, I can see the screen. I see everybody, so it's fun. How are you, Mr. Harold? I want to welcome you to the mic level and give you the microphone to introduce yourself. And thank you so much for coming to play tonight. And you look good. Look at you, clean
Thank
shaven man. Let's
you.
go. Come be gorgeous. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, work it.
Oh, oh.
As I, whip it back and forth. I am Scott Harrell, also known as Father Time, co-founder of Partner Pride with my partner Courtney Molotov. And when I'm not dropping some poetic bars and doing a jobby job, I am the owner and founder of Harrell Consulting Group, business consulting firm specializing in business funding for startups, expansion, bringing product to market, or asset acquisitions, large-scale development. We bridge to your business tomorrow.
I may have you say that again. You're cutting in and out pretty good. I heard most of it, but before we leave, I'm gonna have you share that one more time. So while you work on that, I'm going to bring some other beautiful people to the stage. Hello, pretty beautiful Sharente lady. Hello.
Hey, can you hear me today?
I hear you very, very well.
Yeah,
I'm loving the
yeah.
red with the hearts. Let's go.
You know Valentine's Day is coming up, and the thing is that love is not just one day. Love is an everyday phenomenon. I'm telling y'all. So I am wearing love. This is my reminder that I am loved and I love me. So we wear red, baby, because that's the base. That's the root
Let's
chakra in
go.
the name.
I love it. Introduce yourself and share how to connect with you across your medias and XYXYZs.
I can do that. So, hi y'all. My name is Sharente Carr. Your abundant bestie, because she be doing the most. Yes. So, besides being a YouTube strategist coach, a holistic business coach, consultant, doing IT, teaching y'all about makeup, nails, gaming, and all the in betweens. Where you guys can find me is SharenteCarr.com or Sharente Carr anywhere. I will show up because that is me and I am my only one self, baby. Yes.
I love it. That is me. Indeed, indeed. That's what's up. And actually, let's see. I'm gonna lift a little bit because y'all can't see the whole thing, but la la la. I have my love fish shirt on.
Oh, I love it.
Pulled up, pulled up. So and it literally looks just like the flyer. So absolutely fun. I do see Cheryl, and Cheryl, give me the thumbs up when you're ready to come on camera. And I see Logan. You ready? All right. So I'm gonna bring up Cheryl. Let's go. Hello, my lady. How are you?
I am doing well.
That's what's up. Oh, you sound good too. I can hear you very, very well. So yay. Introduce the people to you. And then we'll get into the conversation.
I'm Cheryl. I'm retired, but I also recently wrote a book. I'm almost ready to get it out to the general public. And other than that, that's me.
The title of your lovely book is
All Things in Time.
Dope book. It's really
Heart
great.
Surgery from the Unseen Perspective.
There you go. Awesome, awesome book too. I've read it cover to cover. So let's see. Let me get one more person up here. Boop doop. And it works. Logan.
What's going on, y'all?
Life, sir. How are you?
Doing all right. I'm doing all right. Scott's going to yell at me because I got the same background. We just in different rooms at the same house. So,
Let's go.
Get out my house.
And it's we wouldn't have known that except that you said it. I know it because I see it, but it's not visible. You're phone dialed. He's room dialed. So let's go ahead and introduce the people to who you are and how to connect with you across your various medias and places.
Oh, for me? Cool. Yeah. I'm Logan, guys. Hi. You guys can follow me on IG at Chef's Kiss Arrows. I'm a poet, chef, author, and miscreant. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And I sent a private message in the chat. I brought my sippy sip and a whole bowl of food. So if y'all need to grab y'all snacks in between this conversation, be my guest and feel free. We on chill mode, and I'm just ready. I'm ready to have a great conversation. I so enjoyed having each of you come through for a day of healing, Love Fest 2025. Absolutely an amazing day, and you guys made it amazing. That's the great part. There's no freaking way I could have done 24 hours solo dolo. Not the case. Nor would I have tried to. Not that. Nah. So thank you for saying yes and participating and being part of things. And then Cheryl, I had to laugh so hard and I was so happy when I got the news that you were one of the judges. So I was like, let me invite Cheryl to pull up too, because that's so dope. So we'll talk about that. I'm gonna just start passing the mic around, and I would like to start with the ladies because ladies are here. What was your experience like being a part of Sanctuary? So SXP, I'm about to say Metamorphosis 365. That's where we are. With SXP, a day of healing, Love Fest 2025. So Sharente or Cheryl, which one of you guys would like to go first?
Cheryl can go first.
Okie dokie.
I was going to say Sharente can go, but that's okay.
That's what's up.
With everything going on in life right now, the experience this weekend was another stepping stone in a whole slew of stretching that's going on. Being judged was the first, and it was interesting because there are some I liked a whole lot better than others, and I tried not to be partial, but I was partial. I tried not to, but not doing it before. There are certain skills you have doing it before and having the criteria and whatnot. Right. But I tried to be as fair as possible. It was an experience, a repeatable one, but an experience.
Hey, let's go. So you want to do it again? Is what I just heard. You're open to that. Hey,
I was even considering next year of maybe hosting a time, but I don't know if I'm to that point yet.
I could see it happening. Let's talk about it. So I'm going to keep this conversation moving. So I would like everybody to have their time just to kind of speak on it, and then we're going to join all together for an engaging chat. So I'm sitting downstairs and bringing Sharente up.
Hey.
Hey. So tell me the good news. You'll say.
This is why I'm checking the good news, because we check analytics up in this piece because things change on a daily. We're currently at 610 views on my segment off of Clubhouse, by the way, because we wanted the message to go far. So I said I had built my audience to put on the people that I want to put on because we get to have another seat at the table. I was able to I made 540,000 subscribers as of today, girl. Can't make that up. And I'm just like, God is just so good. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to do it as a live stream too. And I'm thankful because based off what you guys told me, going based off y'all feedback, it was very powerful to see a couple actively listen and work through a problem together in a healthy manner, because we want to show that healthy love is not just possible, it's highly probable, and what it actually looks like to be in a healthy relationship. So I can just say, based off knowing that I changed at least 4 lives for sure, I am thankful and grateful and so looking forward to next year, because I love being able to remind people there's some awesome people and they can have a really awesome life.
That's what's up.
So I love this, and I wrote a poem, that was technically about this, but we'll talk about that at a later time. Let me go to
Okay.
the goo, so you can go to the next one
Who
too.
you go? Let's go. Sarah, you are up.
Oh well, it was so fun, and being able to span so many different time blocks, I got to bear witness to so many different conversations.
Mm.
To see how some rooms, started out from a conversation about unconditional love or conditional love, or let's have fun in love and do some poetry. What does it mean to love? Or some of the negative vibes that we're trying to get over so we can feel love. I got the privilege of really feeling all the different flavors and then capping it off with love stories.
How many hours did you actually get in of the 24?
Well, I would say I was there for the first two, and I came back in somewhere around 7-ish and was there till we closed. So probably about 19, I guess.
Excellent. So you got a full look. I'm gonna pick your brain a bit in a minute. So I appreciate you sharing that, and I'm gonna get the feedback from Eros, and then we're all gonna come back together for the full conversation. Say we. Oh,
Yo.
Pasos. So dímelo.
I had a lot of fun. Like I was kind of in and out all day during like the entirety of Love Fest, but like whenever I did come in, it was always a fun vibe. Like I got to laugh at Scott and all of his shenanigans. When Stina and Jay were like hosting, and like that was funny in itself because it was just like he is a villain in his own right, and it's so hilarious.
And you were performing too that day. Because you had your, now tell me, where were you performing at? Because you went to your performance and came back.
So I had to like dip out because I had a performance at the Willingboro Kennedy Center.
Okay.
Out in South Jersey. It was part of like the Don Evan Black Wall Street. We were covering the Tulsa Massacre and doing a tribute to Nikki Giovanni. So like having something as heavy as that be like the start of my afternoon and like the midpoint of my day, and then just jumping back in on Clubhouse and seeing everybody giving all of the love vibes that they were giving. It was really, really nice. And then, brand new heavies came through for like the 6 o'clock hour, and I was just like, okay, we in here. And then, just hearing the expression from everybody, like everybody and how they express love, how they show love, but it was magical.
I forget how to
play. And then I was kind of like rocking with y'all until the end of it. I mean, and like my phone died for a little bit, came back in, and then Scott thought he was going to do something at the very end, and he was like, "You got until midnight to do all of this." And I was like, all right,
"Yo, you got it done." And I was like, "Well, all right, let's go."
I was like, "I got this challenge accepted." Like y'all thought this was, and it was great. And then like, kind of as like the little reward afterwards of like doing something good, we got rewarded with the TikTok concert of like Stina.
Oh my god, like, that was amazing.
I popped in on TikTok. Like I was just scrolling, and then it's like I saw that she was live, and like when I came in, she was like singing. I don't remember the song that she was singing initially, but then I was like, "Sing nicely to me." So she started doing hours and hours, and I was like,
"Oh, I gotta go back and rewind on that because I missed her singing hours. Let's go."
Yep, and then she just started like doing artists out of like whoever that they like requested. She did Monica. She was doing like all of them.
Stina is
Yeah, I
dope,
was like,
and she's gonna be on. She's actually coming on a podcast. Her and Jay next Tuesday. So,
let's go.
oh yeah. For
Go.
the some food and dick. Girl crushing. It's going great. So the short version is now that we all get to be back together. I enjoyed hearing. Yeah, nobody else is. Like, well, you guys' personal ones, yes. I'm answering that question that was in the chat. So you guys' personal one is fine, but like outside corporation stuff, like, all right. So it was good to hear you guys take on your personal experiences, and I kind of think it's fair for the folks who are listening and those who catching the replays to understand what a day of healing is. And to tell that story, I'm gonna throw Scott under the bus. Because I think he might do the great job of kind of explaining that story, because I might make it too long. So I know he can.
What a day of healing is or was?
Kind of why it came about, and what the effort was, and yada yada, whatever comes to mind.
Well, 3 years ago, there was a woman who was called Bug. 3 years ago, my partner and co-founder of Partners in Rhyme and the founder of Sanctuary XP was moved to have a day, a 24-hour day, a day of healing and safe touch. And within the confines of that day, since it was the very first time being done, you find out, okay, we got to get these blocks broken down, and who's going to man this, and how is Clubhouse going to act, and you wanted to have as much of an outreach to people as possible. So there were in-person events, and how long could Clubhouse record, and everyone showed up and was blessed by it. And Melikia is not one to do a one-time thing. So it became an annual event where the following year was a day of healing safe emotions. And people were able to come through and express themselves in a way that never before they felt free enough to do so. So this year, she was led and guided towards a day of healing love fest. And within the confines of that, found ourselves again and again within different rooms or in different in-person events, being able to express the love that has been so long overlooked and taken for granted, yet said aloud. And what I experienced was many rooms where once, the first few minutes, people are probably had that moment of, you know how I feel, how I love this, that, and the other. But when you get to really talking about it, you find out how much you really have to say, because you've had it bottled up for so long, thinking that silence is heard and known. And the beauty of it all is not the fact that a day is done. It's seeing the ripple effect after the days. I don't know about anybody else here, but in many other Clubhouse rooms, I've been seeing the after effect of love poems, love discussions, love this, love that, love you too. And for me, it's a beautiful thing because there is so much to complain about.
Yeah, it is.
Yet there are so few people who are really putting their physical effort, putting actual action to making a difference, so that instead of feeling that level of frustration, there is something different to feel.
I love that. And I see Sharente telling hearts on it. So y'all can pop your mics open if you have a quiet area around you. And Popcorn, jump in and say your says. Share your favorite parts, the whole none of that. So I seen you throwing up the heart, Sharente. What was it?
I didn't know I could throw up hearts. That was so cool. Okay, sorry, I'm just having a silly moment. When you be silly, you never know what you can truly unlock. And I can say this, is that it was nice talking finances and love, because I didn't realize the need for it until couples started coming to me and my husband, giving us their woes. We didn't ask for it. Let me say that. We did not solicit these stories, but they felt comfortable enough to tell us their stories. And a common thread was lack of communication, when it comes to multiple different areas. And one was finances. And and I can say that that particular couple, it sounded like financial abuse was being laid down as the foundation. And I was like, red flags on the play. Let's talk about this today, because things were different than they were back in the day to where they are currently now. And there is nothing wrong with a man and a woman having separate bank accounts. That's two bank accounts that are insured $250,000, which means your money is insured $500,000. Okay, I'm just, the math is mathing. Okay, I'm just letting you know what the math is. So when I heard that, I realized that love really needs to be applied in all areas. And me and my husband were like, you know what? Let's talk about it. We have nothing to hide, literally. Like, and the only thing that we don't mention is stuff that we're still healing on. And I think that's normal and that's healthy. But everything that we build with, we're like, hey, we're an open book. Like we've been constantly when it comes to data healing, is we're open books so that people can glean from us, because we're all our own treasure troves. And I can say, yo auntie's love story, I was literally just with my cover. I was just
yeah. Uh-oh, did it freeze, Jesus? Am I frozen?
No, we hear you.
Okay, Sharente.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back, but it was so cool because you froze in the love position.
I was like, it was so good. It was just a really good story. So that's what I could say. And I keep muting myself because I don't know if I'm like echoing.
No, not at all. Like I hear it very well. No echo at all. And it's those love stories, yo, like that was yummy and delicious between Auntie and Wallace. I was just like, this is it. It was epic moments of love. We gotta lace up Cheryl too on her love story too to share when we talk about love again. But it was dope. So go ahead, Eros and Scott or Logan. I think took a step away for a second, so I'll wait for him to come back. But what was your favorite part, Scott?
Cool. There were so many to choose from. Let's see. I had a favorite part in the love stories myself. Aside from that, but aside from pointing at that obvious part, I truly enjoyed the poetry. I enjoyed the conversations. Jay and Stina, they had a rich, interactive conversation. And I got a hello, Scott, a hi, Scott, from Stina that may become my ringtone. That was glorious. I would say there was that. Mike Wynn did a great room, great energy. Love what the brand new heavies did when they came through.
Absolutely.
But as we were wrapping up, and really it felt like all day long we were kind of flying, like ribbon in the sky for our. But then we kind of, when we came to the closing portion, we settled in and sat on the heart in almost like that beanbag chair way, where we're really going to settle deep into the love and get into those stories, crack it all open and let it all flow out. That was really, really beautiful.
I enjoyed it. Like the love was loving. I'm gonna say it like that. The love was loving. So Arrows made it back. You good?
Yeah, I had a phone call. And
no worries. I just want to make sure you're good. All is well. So go ahead and tell me what was your favorite part of your experience?
I want to say the favorite part had to have been just getting the conversations, actually. Like each segment had their own unique conversation, and like everybody was just kind of like safe. Like they were exploring. If they couldn't unmic in the moment, they were in the chats participating. Like the chats was going in and going off, like all throughout the thing. You had a whole bunch of people come through with the various perspectives of love, and like it was a lot of fun. And then, like we equally got into shenanigans, even like amidst of all of the love and the healing that was happening and like the messages and the wisdoms, we were still, you know, shenanigans. Scott's ringtone is crazy. I
Yeah.
did I did go back I did go back to the replays and hear that his ringtone is crazy. Um, and I think it was even funner for like me because you, me, Devlin, and Scott all went from like partners in rhyme
Yes.
immediately into um
Love
the Love
Fest.
Fest, and
Yeah.
it was just like, all right, ain't nobody pumping the brakes.
Team No Sleep.
Right, and I was just like, I'm over here listening into to it while I'm like getting ready to travel, and then like I took a quick nap, got back up, and like I was traveling from like Albany to South Jersey, so I was like listening in where I could and when I could. Then I got there and I was just like, well, I'm gonna go do this show, come back, and then we just like we all just rocked out and like came together, so it was great.
I love that.
Um,
That's what's up. I really enjoyed first of all, every last bit of that I got to be a part of. So I did sleep for 2 hours. That was mystical, magical, and amazing. That was after Sharente's. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was, because it was like 4 o'clock, I believe, is when Russ and Evangelist Debrea. You know what? Let me take this moment and say this too. So we're about to do a run through. Thank you. Thank you very much to those who participated. All the moderators that switched up every couple of hours. So Scott and I kicked it off at midnight. We passed the baton to Sharente and her bomb husband, Leroy. Awesome conversation. They passed the baton to Evangelist Debrea Bowman and Russ Livingston. Ooh, and the we grown folk conversation. And then they passed the baton to Jose Rodriguez. So Jose and Chicky Rodriguez, Hot the Music. If you guys didn't catch this, I'm telling you this now, so you know where to go exactly back and listen to all 24 hours because it was truth and love all over it. Okay, so they passed the baton to Tiffany Countryman, who is she's in a meeting, but she may be able to pop in and say hi. So we will see. Hopefully, Tiff can make it, and then Stina, the baton was passed to Stina and Jay, and that's the shenanigans that you hear them talking about Scott's new ringtone. And then I do know Douglas was on deck. The baton was passed to Mike Gwynn, who hosted a slam, the poetry slam that Cheryl got the judge part of it in. And then Scott and you were on deck from Jose and Chicky, right? You got in there for that one with Jose?
I
Or
came in.
after?
I came in as that was wrapping up.
As that was wrapping up, so with Tiffany about 8 a.m. So let's see, go fast forward. And then it went from them to Brain, Alice, and Mojave. Yep. I had to think about that for a second. I'm like, okay. So I know Douglas was on deck, and then Alice and Mojave.
You don't forget, it was Douglas and Artie.
Douglas and Artie. Well, Artie hit the 4 o'clock. So Douglas was pinned in before that, so I have him higher. But Artie came in at 4. So Artie handled that. Douglas was with Artie. And then I know Patricia Frudenberg was also with Tiffany. So she came in with Tiffany Countryman. So that's Patricia Frudenberg of Miss You Graham. And then the 5 to 7 was the safe hours. So that was Cindy Lou. And she kind of was... How was Jesus? We had safe hours for the kids to come, y'all. Oh, Jesus and them kids heard a couple of things. It was not, it wasn't like potty words, but it was just like some interesting thought. Let me say it like that. So there was a couple of moments where folks we had to be reminded, but other than that, it was great. Like if folks did understand the English of this is a kid-friendly zone, keep it kid-friendly. So that was wonderful. And she was there and she shared her love story too. I mean, just messing the heart up. Then there was a brand new Heavies Takeover, which was Scott, Logan, Evander pulled up, Tsunami. Who else pulled up?
Wallace.
Of course,
Wallace,
Reed.
Edwina.
Oh my God, his love story, Edwina Mahogany Soul. Like it was. Can I just say that I really loved. I think it was in 2 parts. One because it was the last block Like that last 6 hours, I was like, Jesus, it's the last 6 hours. Them last $2. That's what I was thinking when I first got in the room. Like these last 6 hours, right quick. So that the fact that the brand new heavies was on deck, and some other things occurred. My son and my daughter-in-law came through. And my daughter-in-law, she ain't trying to talk to nobody, y'all. She's scared. She's just private. She's quiet. She's a listener. And my son jacked her phone and came up on stage and said one magic word because he is that guy. And he said it in the way there was so much laughter around it. It was the happiest child on the planet. Okay, great. So then like we wrote it out. So we had Marielle come in for that 8 for the 10, right? I'm tripping. 8 to 10. Yep. And then from there, Scott and I got that baton back and we closed it out. So of course, Scott was riding shotgun from the time he came back 8 a.m. to midnight. And then of course we had in person here too. So that was 5 hours in person. So I doubled out and I kind of sort of snuck back in online while I was in there with the peoples too, but don't tell nobody but God. And yeah, so I enjoyed. So thank you to everybody who participated in the modding. Thank you to everybody who participated in the judging, who participated in the listening, because what is the point of speaking if you don't have the hearers? So what a wonderful, beautiful, amazing day. And the prompt that you kicked off, Scott, I love you like, man. So that's my thank yous. And I really enjoy, like, I love it done. That's what I love the most. We got it done. And the message is out there. Healthy love is not only possible, but highly probable. And if we could hold on to that, and I will ask you that when you hear that message, what does it stir up for you? Well, it's popcorn. So whoever wants to grab the mic, have at it. And I brought my food. I didn't know y'all was going to be no food. I brought a whole bowl of good food, y'all. Yes, I did. So
I ate before this. We were on the phone.
Share the
You heard me
food.
mention.
Mm-hmm. No gang. Go ahead.
So try him, not me today. I'm going to give it to Scott.
What's going on? There was homework?
When you hear the statement that healthy love is not only possible, but highly probable, what does it stir up for you? What does it bring up?
So when you originally postulated that as the and declared that that's what the message was going to be, what's amazing about it is it's one of those statements that when you hear it, it almost sounds like you want to say duh, but just as it's about to leave your mouth, you realize, you get this yank from the back of your head, like, wait a minute, if it really is, are you living it? Are you feeling it? Are you doing it? It sounds easy. It sounds logical. It sounds like it should be everywhere, but then where is it? And it's one of those realization moments of the horse that's like, wait, I've been taking the water. Why am I still thirsty? And there were a lot of cracking open moments I felt in the room where that love started to pour, that people were either looking for or wanting to release, that had been bottled up, that they had not realized had been bottled up or walled off.
Oh, wow. Okay. So who would you like to throw under the bus to go next?
Cheryl?
Oh, gee, thanks.
Not a problem.
I'm sure that's not the first time, but not the last. If you'd asked me, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, I'd have said it might be for somebody else. And at times before that, it felt like a dream, one of those dreams kids have. However, since then, God's had his hand in a whole number of things and has proven that love not only is possible to the best degree, but also very probable. And it's been an interesting learning curve, because sometimes in love you've got to take in not only the different personalities, but their love languages make a huge effect in that. And that was also one thing that was talked about over the weekend, is the love language. And there's also how the person processes things. If they're a quiet processor or a verbal processor, makes a difference, and a whole lot of other stuff. Yeah, it was a good weekend. Good 24 hours. Yeah. I was thinking Charente.
I knew it. I should have guessed it. You know what? This is what happens when you throw someone underneath the bus. They realize. So I'm gonna say this. In my active listening, it did cause some stirrings in me, and that's why I appreciate Scott on the yacht for going first. Y'all don't know about the yacht, but it's a nice imaginary yacht. So what I will say is that just thinking about my life and the love that I've seen in my life, that statement rings very, very true. And I recognize that people sometimes don't have the experience that I have and have seen successful relationships, even with having a single parent kind of thing. And so they don't realize that it is. And I can say that I know I was able to be around these healthy relationships because my mom did the work. My mom didn't stay in the dysfunction. And if she did stay in the dysfunction, then I think that I would be like, no, it's not. It's not possible. And it's definitely not highly probable. You lost your mind, respectfully. You know, I believe that that is a true frame of thought, because some people come from dysfunction and don't realize that there are things that are functional. So I can say I feel very blessed in that. And I do recognize that they're both polarities. And that's why both sides are needed to realize that you can have either or.
Definitely a choice to be made. And that leaves you, Senor Eros.
So I think Vesti to the right of me also actually said it, because like being a part of the Love Fest this year definitely stirred a lot of the things. It reminded a lot of us that, you know, being in loving spaces with loving energies and in that moment with another person, you actually have to listen. Not to just what they're saying verbally, but to like their nonverbals, their love languages. Not every relationship is going to be perfect. You're going to have your ups and your downs, and you're like your ebbs and your flows, but also knowing how to communicate throughout all of that, and the knowledge and wisdom that was brought about from like the various perspectives, from like you guys to Wallace to Geronimo to like your
Yes.
auntie. Like auntie was dropping gems, you
Yo,
know.
Yola don't play.
It was definitely I feel like we all went to school to learn how to love others better, and that like not even just others, but love ourselves better too.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a beautiful thing to be a part of and to experience.
That's what's up. So, I forgot to do this one thing, y'all. You guys are on a quick break. I need to pay these bills and play this music right quick. But what I would like for you guys to do, to think on while you're downstairs, when I bring you back up, I don't even want to say it to the tune of advice, but I will ask it in this way. When it comes to love, what has worked for you? And if you were given some advice on love that you put into practice and it worked, please share that as well. So everybody raise your hands up in the air and just say "wee" because you're gonna start. Wee. Wee. Okay, so for a moment, we're going to pause for our station breaks. And like I mentioned to you guys earlier, that you can go to blastmusic247.com and register. Boom, boom, boom. There's that. I'm going to show you how it can benefit you. Let's see. I would like to hear this one because I like this one a lot.
Everybody can't reach like, everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you, everybody can't reach like, and everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you. I understand you got your own thing going. Merely on down the stream, you better keep on rowing. They try to knock your self-esteem, you better keep on glowing. Don't let nobody in between that future you be knowing. So here's my message to you. Ain't no person on earth that can outdo you. Be yourself until yourself. You'll be honored that you knew you. Only you can be a rock when it ain't no one else around. And if you don't love yourself, then the only way is down. But I believe in you. I see you got some dreams in you. Full speed ahead, I see you got some steam in you. Just keep chugging away. Be grateful for every day that you get to bless the world with such a beautiful face. Let your shadow make the chase. Let your heart dictate the pace. Let your mind give you the strength and let your spirit run the race. I bet your ancestors cheering, seeing the path you clearing. Nothing worth fearing, every lesson worth hearing. But every...
So I'm going to pause it for a second because I'm not sure what the hesitation is. It may be some technical difficulty with that flow. And I don't even want to do their song like that. I'll try it one more time. And if it does not run, we will call in the grown-ups. So one moment, please.
Everybody can't reach like, everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you, everybody can't reach like, and everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you. I understand you got your own thing going. Merely on down the stream, you better keep on rowing. They try to knock your self-esteem, you better keep on glowing. Don't let nobody in between that future.
Okay, yep. So we tried twice, and we're not doing that because I would prefer to have something that actually works. So we'll try a different artist for today, and if we have the same outcome, we'll refer or defer to the grown-ups who handle that music tech. Let's try this one.
Is it too late to say that I'm sorry? Or have we reached that point of no return? Say what's on your mind, I don't wanna turn a blind eye to all the things that we've done to reach this point.
Okay, we're leaving it for the adults. We're going back to our conversation then. So, short version is, I'll let them figure that out. If they want to add it in, they can add it in. But short version is, I don't know. And we will let the technical people figure that part out because I am not that techie. I know how to push this button and that button and keep it moving. So we're going to keep it moving. With that said, so we'll get back to our conversation. And then we'll wrap up soon because we won't be too long about it. Now, what did I do? There we go. And this is why we need an adult in the chair. But anyhow, I have enjoyed the conversation I'm having with Scott Harrell, with Cheryl, with Sharente, and Eros. And we're going to continue that. And I'll send a message and maybe they can work that out and we'll play some music later. So until then, let's get everybody back up top. Do, 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 do. Okay. Welcome back. Oh, hello, Mischief. Kitty Cat Escaper. Your mommy got you. She rounded you up. All right, so let me make sure I can hear you guys because I don't know what occurred.
Check, check.
I hear you fine. Cheryl?
Check.
Hi.
You sure until hey, Cheryl and Eros?
Yo.
Okay,
It
so
looks-
I can hear you guys fine. I don't know what was happening.
It really looks like we're in Eros's abyss.
You know, I wondered.
That's crazy.
Nah, because everything else is like working fine. So I'm not exactly sure what it doesn't like. So we'll figure that part out when we figure that part out. Until such time, hallelujah. And that's why we have adults in the chair. Hey, Devlin. Oh no, because she's supposed to be in here too. One moment, please. Do me a favor. If you can forward that link to Devlin to let her in. She said she couldn't get into the one that she had. So I'm not sure, but we will see.
Working on it.
Thank you. Okay. So in the meantime, in between time, you guys have had a little bit of time to think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Eros, you've been going last all this time. I'd like for you to go first.
So I had an ADD moment, so I was also like listening to the music and I forgot what we were supposed to be thinking about.
And the assignment was love. If you have a piece of unsolicited advice for love or advice that you were given that you put to practice and it actually worked, I'd ask you to kind of to share your love advice.
Oh, okay. So that's a little bit easier to do. I thought it was something a lot worse. The advice I would give to like I thought y'all chose violence with the question about love. The advice I would give to people in love. Make sure when you turn your ears on to listen, that you listen to understand. Not necessarily to react, but to understand their perspective.
Yeah.
Always give space for their voice to be heard and for them to feel safe to confide in you. Because if you don't do that, then they won't tell you what's wrong. And then the next thing you know is it'll be too late and they'll be gone.
I appreciate you sharing the advice. And I see Gabe is like, me next. Kitty Cat Gangster. Hello. That is his computer you are on, ma'am. I just thought you should know. If you want to go ahead and share your love advice.
Actually, it's his cell phone.
Oh, it's his cell phone.
But
there we go.
Whatever you do it in prayer.
Yeah.
Or with prayer. Because if you don't, you may wind up in the wrong relationship or stuck in something similar. The other thing I would say is be patient. You need to be single before you're in a bad relationship. And I could give many examples of that. And one that's close to Melikia's heart is deals with domestic violence. But that would be my advice. And if friends are saying it's not good, ask them details. Why do they say it's not good? And listen to them, like Eros said, with a whole heart, because maybe they're seeing something that you don't see.
Yeah.
I could say more than that. But yeah, that's where
Well,
I think I will
you're
leave it right
safe.
now.
Okay, we'll let you let it go right now. But if it comes to you to share, sometimes it literally is for the hearer or the who will hear to come. So I appreciate what you did share. Scott and
If
Sharente.
there's opportunity, I will share.
Oh, this is space and opportunity right now. Go ahead.
My thought right now goes to a second cousin of mine.
Okay.
I won't go into all the details, but they were both in law enforcement, and he shot her.
Yes, he did.
That didn't need to happen. But at the same time, speaking about others saying, before I was even married the first time, people were saying that relationship wasn't good, and I never understood what they were saying. And one lady mentioned that, well, he doesn't open the door for you. And I'm going, so in my mind, I'm going, so why? To me, I didn't see the correlation till after the divorce. And it's not the action that is there. It's if they open the door, they respect you for who you are, not what they can get out of you. Okay. That kind of thing. At this point, I'm not feeling like to share anything else, but if you have a question, I can answer it.
I appreciate that. And it's a stark truth. And I didn't know where you were going with it, but I mean, literally, if it comes to mind, if it was pressed to mind, I really feel like that's the spirit going, okay, share that too. So I would say if you are a person who was in the hearing and you are actively in a relationship where there is abuse, you need to make immediate other arrangements, immediate ones. And I am going to bring up Devlin too to join this conversation. Hello. And I just want to hear another being too. So let's see. Just to make sure.
Hey, gorgeous.
Hi, beautiful. How are you?
I am great. Just had dinner, so I totally lost track of time because I was fighting ribs.
Oh my God. What kind of ribs was you fighting? Was it beef ribs?
No, they were pork ribs.
Okay, I can't touch them no way, but I was sure excited to hear the word ribs, and Big Back was like, big bag. Let's give me some of the
What
ribs.
happened with my eyeballs when I was ordering ribs. And then it's like, oh, I shouldn't have done this. So apparently Spirit wanted my dog to be fed and not me. Okay, great. Mac and cheese and greens for me. Woohoo.
Oh, well, I'm still excited you had part of the experience. How about that? So we've been talking about A Day of Healing Left Fest 2025. Thank you so much for your participation. So Devlin was on deck as a floater to kind of help facilitate the room changes, and when I tell you she was handling that chat like a professional, she was handling chat.
I was having fun. Like this was my first year, so it was pretty freaking amazing to 24 hours of just love from different perspectives, from different people, from different backgrounds, gender, ethnicity, the profession. Just it was amazing. So everybody, make sure you hit those replays for real, and be blessed.
And what I can say too is we found a way to do what America hasn't figured out how to do, because we had all races, we had multiple nations present, we had people on the left side or the right side or whatever freaking aisle they want to draw a picture of.
The international.
We literally came together and we figured out how to love one another for 24 hours. So if we could figure out how to do it virtually for 24 hours and 5 hours in person, literally same makeup. I mean, all different ethnicities represented in the in-person event as well. So if we could figure that out, I bet you it could be figured out on a larger scale too. So I appreciate you guys being a part of the solution, as opposed to adding fodder to the fire of the problems. So I love y'all, and I'm very grateful to have had you. We were going around sharing, and I kind of temper it, calling it just love advice, but from your experiences of love or advice that you were given and you took, what would you say to encourage someone in love forward? Devlin.
Love yourself enough to open your ears and hear the other side's perspective.
You sound like Logan, like I was sitting right next to each other, cheating off each other's tests in HR.
He copied my paper.
That explains it. He not here to defend himself, so we're gonna take that. But
he copied my paper.
I definitely did not copy
oh,
her
you're
paper.
here. Okay, I didn't know you were here.
I give the lectures. She might have seen the manuscript and the lesson plan for the day,
I've
but
been in
I
the
most
house.
certainly
You've been in the house too. Hilarious.
I've been in
That
the
is
house, so
right.
there's no way. You, however, might have seen my paper, or maybe you were paying attention, over the weekend, because I said pretty much that over the weekend in one of the sessions, I'm sure. But yeah,
Sorority swimming. Let's go. So the fun
it's
part is,
Sharente swimming in
I
the
know.
abyss.
I love it. Which is what I love. So I appreciate you sharing that, and I love Sharente's happiness. Like, I
Absolutely.
cannot. Like this. Why not?
You can't be around
Bruh,
Sharente and
cannot
like
laugh.
have a frown on your face. It just
No,
doesn't work
time for that.
because the bubbliness is just bubble over like champagne, I swear. And I love it.
You and me both. So let's see who did not share their advice yet. So that was that was Devlin, that was Cheryl and Arrow. So that leaves my Sharente and Scott.
I'll go first and
vote
then say
Scott.
I'm the yacht. So I will say this is I'm gonna take an excerpt from the poem I just wrote called "I'm Not an Apology," and at the end it says, "Healed people, hurt people, hurt people.
Literally.
If pain persists in your experience, it's because you perpetrate it within. Others merely reflect your inner state. Cease hurting yourself, and the hurt from others will cease to find you. As you heal yourself, contribute to the healing of the collective. Choosing the narrow path, diverging from the many. It may feel challenging at times, yet know that love and peace are near, especially amid chaos. For opposites do attract. And in what attraction of opposites lies transformations from chaos to peace, from pain to healing, all shaped by perspective and conscious choices. So speak your truth, be authentically yourself. You are enough. You've always been enough. The choice is yours. I'm not an apology. You're not an apology. Let us walk forward together in unity. Come on, my friend, let's begin. And I can say that right there is the advice that I could give to somebody from our lived experience. And I can say it was when I took the time to love myself, and that gave my husband enough time to love himself. And then we came together to love ourselves together. That is.
Oh, Major Scotta. Let it go. Looser. Okay. So
she overloaded her Wi-Fi.
I didn't overload my Wi-Fi. Oh my god.
We can hear you. I can hear you. Let's say go ahead. So you were saying?
So pretty much all I was saying is that when it comes to what I was taught about love, it starts with you first. If you don't work on you, then it's not going to be a very fun relationship because you're not growing. The whole point of being in a relationship is to grow yourself expeditiously. That's why two or more come together. There who is in the midst? Exactly. So I'm gonna be quiet now. Scott, on the
No,
yacht.
you said it. You said it. I love what you shared. Sir, I say, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
On you.
So I'll give my answer in two parts.
Okay.
First, we are all human beings. However, some of us don't necessarily realize that we are operating against the fullness of the definition of that word. We human every day, but some of us are not being. We operate in a state of what we don't want or not want to be. And we are not human not beings. We're human beings. Life, love, these are things that we're supposed to be being. A choice, an action, moving forward. If you are choosing a negative, if you are trying not to be something, you are inherently working against your own makeup and not actively being what you are meant, designed, and supposed to be. The second part of what I would say is this: for some people, where love is a destination mentality, I've come to find love is not that expensive, beautiful art piece hanging in the greatest museum on earth. It is the process and collaboration of making it between two artists whose designs and ideas now require compromise and collaboration. There will be joy, there will be mistakes, there will be fun, there will be accidents. But the process of love is not aiming for the end result. It is the joy you find along the way in what you build together and how you two build it together. So for myself, if I would give advice to someone who is wondering if it's a good idea, I would say to them, are you ready right now to build with someone? That's what I would say.
Love that. Love that. A lot of wisdom, a lot of wonderful thought and advice, and I appreciate you guys coming. I appreciate your time. We done hit over our hour mark. Don't tell nobody but God. And I would ask you if you have any final thought that you want to share, and I will take it from the ladies to the gents. So, Miss Cheryl James.
The full government name.
No.
I ain't say her middle name, and I know it. So go ahead.
Repeat the question just one last time so I can get my answer.
If you have any final thoughts that you want to share before you go.
The way you're talked to and the way you talk to others, be very mindful of that, because sometimes you can be controlling and not realize it by your words. And that's my last actions and words. Okay. It's like the saying that says, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt. Oh, they hurt more than people know. And you can hide wounds from words better than you can hide wounds from sticks and stones and fists and whatever.
Sure.
Unless you know what to look for, and you can't hide those from the experienced.
That is the truth. I appreciate your words. Thank you. And I'm going to send you down to the goo. There we go. Sharente.
Can you hear me?
Very well.
Yay. Okay. So I'm going to make this simple. I'm going to make this fast, and I'm going to give you something that hopefully will last. If you are in a toxic relationship and you need out, you can text BEGIN to 88788, or you can call the hotline for these type of situations hotline, okay, in the name, and that's 800-799-7233. We like making sure that you get connected to the resources to help you live your best life in this life, because you can love fully.
Absolutely.
You got this, bestie.
I appreciate you, bestie. Thank you so much for coming through, mama. Hasta pasta. Miss Devlin, and I'm going to have you come back next Tuesday because we didn't get enough time with you. But go ahead. Any last thoughts before you scoot out?
Love is not always enough, but love is definitely the goal. Start with yourself and then love outward. It's easier said than done, I know, but start with self. Because if you don't love self, the person that you're presenting to the world is a lie. Because you're hiding. You are enough as you are, and as you heal, still authentically be you so that people can love you back to life. It's okay.
Literally my work. So like literally when I'm asked what do, I love people back to life. Period. It's so simple. I appreciate you. Say we. Bye.
And then there was
Logan. Logan.
Before Scott banishes me back to the abyss, I do want to say, in like parting words and whatnot, is that love is meant to be the strongest form of currency, the strongest power in natural creation. It's the strongest feeling. It's also supposed to be healing and free. Um, it's inspiring. It does so much to create positive moments and memories throughout life. And like Devlin said, it starts inward. You got to learn to love yourself and then love outwards. Because if you can't physically love yourself, how can you expect somebody else to? Or how can you receive the positive and healthy love from another if you don't love yourself? So, yeah.
Church, choir.
abyss.
I appreciate you. You know what? we're gonna pardon the abyss for now. He's done an amazing job. I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming to hang out and just vibe and share your thoughts and your insights. I really appreciate you. And I had a blast with you during that day. So get your hands in there and say we. Awesome. And then there were two. So your final thoughts before you get to participate in the slide.
First and foremost, I want to thank you for your invitation, your trust, and allowing me to participate in such a wonderful event. My final thoughts on it would be this. I commend you on being such an amazing facilitator of such things because unlike many other events that are put together where people are given practices or not so much practices or thoughts or lessons or words to live by or things like that. One of the key things, and I feel the foundational things about what you do, is you empower people to do the thing that they're there to do. And one of the best examples of this past Love Fest is I'm still seeing, hearing, and even getting texts about I love you like from poets that I know, poets I've never heard before, poets who are picking up the prompt and running with it. And it's running through the poetry community. And it is an example of if you physically do love, it keeps going. It keeps going. And there are people who have done that piece and done that prompt and said, I needed that. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Like big time. And I'm so grateful for your help because there's no way. If you weren't able to come through and rock it, like kick it off with me game one right after poetry and then ride it from freaking 8 to midnight, bro. Like, thank you. Thank you. And of course, one of my favorite parts was you sharing your love story. It's because I sat back like, I had never heard it. So I wanted to hear it.
You should kind of be familiar with it.
I was very familiar. But listen, so you have the familiarity, but it's a whole different thing to hear someone put it together in their words, and then you see how they see it through their lens. So we have two different lenses. I saw some things a whole different way, but I was like, oh, okay. So it was wonderful to hear you express. So thank you for being transparent, vulnerable, and open and loving me. Yay! I'm very, very grateful for all of the above, for everything, and for you giving up your bedtime, your sleep. Thank you. I'm grateful.
honored and humbled.
We're counting the sounds that we hear. I hear some sounds. Do you hear those sounds that I hear?
I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Okay, great. What do you need?
I think it was arrows.
I think someone decided that it was a great time for fireworks, and they are literally outside setting off fireworks. They missed July. Maybe they're just, oh yeah, I'm Gucci. It's like for real fireworks, no joke.
Okay.
Okay. So on that note, raise your hands.
No, not that, please. No.
Okay. So thank you so much for you guys joining us. I am going to try one more time to run that artist because it's very important that we share that artist's music on our podcast because we really want to help artists get that exposure. So I'm going to try a couple more things just because I think it's wise to do. I'm going to try that. And then if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We have done our best together. So let's try it one more time. And then I'll share a couple of things. And then we really are skating up out of here because it's 15 after. So let's try this.
Everybody can't reach like, everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you, everybody can't reach like, and everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you. I understand you got your own thing going, merely on down the stream, you better keep on rowing. They try to knock your self-esteem, you better keep on glowing. Don't let nobody in between that future you be knowing. So here's my message to you. Ain't no person on earth that can outdo you. Be yourself until yourself, you'll be honored that you knew you. Only you can be your rock when it ain't no one else around. And if you don't love yourself, then the only way is down. But I believe in you, I see you got some dreams in you. Full speed ahead, I see you got some steam in you. Just keep chugging away, be grateful for every day that you get to bless the world with such a beautiful face. Let your shadow make the chase, let your heart dictate the pace, let your mind give you the strength and let your spirit run the race. I bet your ancestors cheering, seeing the path you clearing. Nothing worth fearing, every lesson worth hearing. But every now and again they try to break you. Lean into them wounds even though they might be painful. And when they heal the scars, that's when you gon' see a breakthrough. I'm praying that you make do with every resource within your grasp. Multiply it forth and be generous with your math. Kindness in your hand, willing to understand that every single second you get is another dance. And every single moment you breathe is another chance to do something you love, to always rise above. Parting for the past, don't let that trauma beat you up. Be gentle with your mental and everything you done been through. End of the day, you're the reason I grabbed a pencil, so I could draw you up a motivational stencil. Tracing the inspiration, make way for the destination. 'Cause trust me, I can see all of the places that you're headed. And I'm here to let you know you ain't gonna never reach a dead end. Everybody can't reach like, everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you, everybody can't reach like, and everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you.
Okay, so that it seemed to flow smooth on this end. Very important to me that we give those artists their props and their due. That is Demi Day, Be Like You. I love that song. It is a full-on reminder. Everybody can be like you. And the shorter version is please be yourself. That's going to matter in so many ways. We were here talking about a day of healing. Let me say it this way. 3rd annual A Day of Healing. And this year's theme was Love Fest 2025. Absolutely had a freaking blast. There was a lot of planning that went into it. Literally started planning the day after last year's Love Fest. And then just light planning. But October kicked off the heavy planning and the organizing and having the wonderful part is so many people who participated in year 1 and year 2 asked to come back and agreed to come back to do year 3. So a bit ahead of the curve. And then even the Love and Two wrote a book for everyone who participated called Happiness as a Choice, which was a 30-day prep of action in love. And if you'd like to get your hands on that book, please do connect with me. Life is sanctuaryxp@gmail.com. Life is sanctuary, the letters X and P @gmail.com. You can definitely connect with me to get a copy of that book and learn how. And then there are other titles that I do have. I have some poetry and thought books, some poetry and love books, and the primary piece being the latter, how to escape the hells of domestic violence and trauma. If you are in that situation and you know you need the outs, please come into the out of that relationship. Thank you, Sharente, for sharing that, for sharing the text line, and then also the full number. So please, oh please, oh please, do not stay where you are being harmed. And if you are harming someone, please, oh please, oh please, get help to stop doing that. I do want to run this card really quickly and show you this. You guys can take a screenshot, get your phones ready, get your screens ready. Here you go. Whoop. Here it goes. These are my services. I am Melikia K. Courtney. I literally am here to love you back to life. Give me the opportunity to do that. I tend to work with folks who are in leadership roles who take care of communities. And I believe your family is your first community. So if you are holding that most important leadership role, also connect with me. Let us help you work through that trauma, the stress, and those things that go bump in the night that are impeding you. Let's not do that. It's 2025. It's set to be an amazing year. So come and participate in your own salvation, in your own rescue, in your own amazingness, because this is an amazing year all the way fully, regardless of the distractions. Awesomeness is happening every day. All right. So be a part of that. What else do you need to know? One more time, we'll share this. Thank you to everyone who participated in the 3rd annual Love Fest 2025. I'm really grateful. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for your speaking. Thank you for your time donated. Thank you for your excellence. So I'm super, super grateful. Special shout out to my auntie who pulled up. Thank you. I love you and I'm grateful for you. And I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of you. I have missions and plans. Okay. I really think that for now, that's just everything you need to see because we're over time. So with that, I am going to say thank you for hanging out, Vibe and Tribe with SXP Metamorphosis 365. This is a growth podcast. I am here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, there are certain times where I will pre-record, and those times I'll get to play in the chat unless I am speaking or performing or teaching, because it's one of those 3 things. If I'm not here, I don't just disappear. But I'm thinking about a vacation. I will say that too. Came to mind. Okay, so however, I'm here and you have plenty to binge. Go back to episode 1 and ride it all the way up to this one and learn and grow and heal. Again, I am here to love you back to life. Talk to you soon.